The troubles obviously in Newry were rife at that time. There was a lot of bombings, there was a lot of shootings, there was a lot of people getting killed. There was a lot of young people who were getting involved in activities, and the whole idea was really to try and provide some alternative. Getting young people off the streets and getting them into something productive and giving back to the communities from which they came.
In early 1982, I was planting some trees out in the garden. Paddy O'Hanlon called. Paddy O'Hanlon and I had long contact over previous years. Paddy spoke to me about a group of people that he was working with in Newry, and they were planning to establish a community workshop for unemployed and disadvantaged young people from the greater Newry area. He would be advertising soon for the post of manager, and he thought that that might be a job that would be of interest to me.
It was probably quite a small organisation at the time. There were a group of local people who wanted to make some contribution and make a difference.
We started to think we need to put a structure on this, and what does this actually mean? We began that process. Where are we going to be? We're looking for property, and we ended up in the old Clanrye Mineral Water Company.
And it was an organisation that had quite a large number of voluntary board members.
Providing very basic training for young people, I suppose just to keep them off the streets.
We're offering joinery, we're offering home economics, we're offering catering. So there's a range of vocational trades.
We were motivated by a desire to try and put something back into the community to enhance the quality of lives of people who perhaps didn't get the luck or the breaks they deserved early on in life.
And it was becoming acceptable that young people didn't go out to work.
It was needed because it saw that there were young people coming from out of our secondary schools in Newry with no prospect of a job. And so they saw an organisation like Clanrye as a very positive development for Newry.
Providing badly needed help for young people in a town where unemployment stands at 33%.
Nothing at all in Newry for young people. All you've got is pubs, and it's no incentive to anybody.
Do you think the public at large take a rather jaundiced view of this part of the province?
We're hearing all the time about unemployment. Let the people see what the workers in Newry and Mourne can do and what they can do.
Bearing in mind Newry's very high unemployment levels, how important do you think these small schemes are?
Newry has, in common with other towns in Northern Ireland, has just got a large pool of unskilled, unemployed people. We will try to provide the skills which will help to alleviate the unemployment.
It's important to try and involve the community in seeking solutions to the problems of young people who haven't found work and who need training and preparation for work.
There was a sense that there was a chance for Clanrye to grow, and it did grow very considerably. 3 new training activities were introduced.
Hairdressing, light body vehicle repair.
And a retail training section. Clanrye changed its name from Clanrye Community Workshop to Clanrye Employment and Training Services. There was a realisation that Clanrye would soon outgrow its premises, and that's where the Abbey building came on scene.
The first tenants, though, have already moved in. 80 trainees and 20 full-time staff will eventually work in these workshops, and it's full speed ahead already.
Now, the building was in an unbelievably bad condition.
We were thinking, well, if we save this building, it could become a symbol for people in Newry. It's important to realise this wasn't a facility that people had moved into. This is a facility young people themselves built, and they got so much out of that.
It was a great building. You know, it gave us a lot of room to develop from where we were, which was a community-based organisation, into an organisation, you know, delivering and offering mainstream apprenticeships.
We resided here from about 1988 on right until 2008. Unfortunately, it's a wee bit worse for the wear now, but it still brings back very, very fond memories, very fond times of many fun days, many hard days, many difficult days, but many really satisfying and self-fulfilling days. As memory serves me, we had in and around a couple of hundred young people on our programmes, all between the ages of 16 and 18. A very vibrant, a very busy, and quite a demanding place.
We were trying to give them the best opportunity, trying to work with organisations, shops, businesses within the community to say, would you give these guys a chance?
My name is Giuseppe Filoni, and people know me as Sid. It's a long time now. It was actually over 30 years ago, 1990. I was in the middle of doing my GCSEs and more or less knew that school wasn't for me, and the deal was with my father was if I was leaving school I had to get some sort of trade or apprenticeship. And it was through Clanrye Group, and part of the apprenticeship was 1 day a week I had to attend Clanrye. Clanrye were involved in the Wider Horizons programme, and part of that was to select candidates. Basically 3 months work experience in France, a little town called Vernon in Normandy in France, working in a family-run French bakery, and you can't buy that sort of experience. It really gave me a huge confidence lift. It gave me the idea to, could I do my own thing here? So I came back from France with illusions of grandeur, and here I am 25 years later with my own company. So
I'm actually a past participant. I did 2 courses through the Clanrye Group about 20 years ago. I knew that they worked with people with physical and mental disabilities. I didn't realise that they had worked with people like myself that was just looking for work. We did training, we did our computer exams, and then it ended with us going to America and working in America for a few months. It was a great experience, once in a lifetime. I never would have thought of doing that myself. Wouldn't have had the confidence to go away on my own. Never thought that I would end up getting as much out of it as I did. It encouraged me to study again so I could get a better job, and that was all through the Clanrye Group.
My background is construction, and in July 2008 I was involved in a construction accident. My whole career path had to change due to the injuries. I found out about Clanrye and I went down and met them in November 2008 and signed on the programme as a participant. Took part in doing my ACT course, which I never turned on a computer before in my life. When I built inside a keyboard, it was a big change for me. Due to my accident, I went through 4 years of rehabilitation. I had to learn how to walk again and physically and mentally bring them back up, and Clanrye helped me achieve that. Within 3 years with them, I took on the role as a volunteer, and then I took on a part-time role as a distance support tutor. Going on to do my level 3 teaching and on to do my level 4 in teaching, and now a full-time position as an ACT tutor. Clanrye was like a lifeline to me.
Skills to help you succeed in not just in your work, but in life.
First day when you're very nervous. You don't know who your staff is, you don't know who you're meeting.
You can always trust them to help you get into a good placement that you're comfortable with.
They treat you like they're on your level. It shows that they care.
It's great that Clanrye runs something like that for people and the elder statesmen, if you like, It's just brilliant, honest to God, because during COVID, I think a lot of people were forgotten about, and Clanrye filled that gap. That's the way I look at it anyway, and I just love it. I wouldn't know what they're doing on Monday morning now, it gets you started,
I've been with the Clanrye Group now for about 3 years, and basically, I hate walking. But when you're walking and talking, which this group is, you never notice how far you're walking, and it's brilliant. Socially, it's excellent. In my particular case, where I live on my own, it's great to meet up with people, mix with them, and enjoy particularly the crack.
I joined the Clanrye Community Group about a year ago, and it was really a blessing because after COVID, we really all felt isolated, and it was just wonderful to be back in a sort of social situation again. And it started off just going on the walks. This year they ran a gardening programme, a Grow Your Own, and I have to say I find it outstanding. Sowing seeds, propagation, so on. We all end up with grow bags, and I'm still growing things in the garden at this stage, so I'm delighted with myself. Clanrye was really a godsend. It got us back out into the community, increasing our social circle, and just generally it was good for mental health.
12% of our staff have disabilities or health conditions, and 10% of them have actually come from programmes which they enrolled onto with us and then progressed on to employment opportunities within the organisation. A typical day in Clanrye would be a hard one to answer because there is no typical day in Clanrye. What we do for each of our participants is unique to them. We were set up to be a community organisation to help people who were unemployed. But today it's much more about creating the opportunity for people to come together and connect. I want every participant that comes through the door of Clanrye Group to understand that all of us are here to help them find what they need to reconnect, and also to see what we can do to help them in terms of improving, be it their employability or their health and wellbeing opportunities.
The people that we had were all very well respected, well established people within the community.
Staff are our most precious asset. They are what makes the organisation tick. Without the staff, we are absolutely nothing. We don't make product, we work with people. People need people with empathy, with understanding, with respect, with concern, and who are willing to go the extra mile to help.
The staff here care so much. The participants are the core to everything that we do. They are why we do what we do. And I know for a fact it does work. I have cousins that have come through here and their time here was invaluable to them. If you speak to them now about Clanrye, they absolutely love Clanrye. They love all the staff, especially the likes of Tony and Sandra that have been here for so long. They still ask about them and still love them.
The organisation has always faced a number of challenges right over the 40 years of its inception. We're living in a very much more unequal society than even we were back then. And I suppose there's never been more need for Clanrye as an organisation. But it's not about the last 40 years, it's about the now, it's about the future, it's about 2023. It's about the problems that we face going forward. Those problems are multiple and diverse, and for us as an organisation, we're continually looking to the future. We're continuing to look to develop services for the communities that we serve.
It's amazing to see the change, that has taken place.
Clanrye has always had to look at the bigger picture, look to the future as to what is happening.
It's not just about getting you into employment. It is about giving you confidence in yourself. It really is invaluable to the community.
Clanrye is a lot of things, and I think every different department gives something different.
We only survived because we kept reinventing ourselves, continuing changing as the challenges came. Just shows you how fantastic an organisation it has been.
Everybody fits in, everybody finds their place there, everybody enjoys going there.
You can go to any Liam, Judith, Dad, senior management team, the doors are always open.
And my husband said to me, every time you come out of a Clanrye meeting, you'll never guess what they've just gone and done now. You'll never guess what they're about to do now. Can you imagine the change that's been seen in the last 40 years?
Clanrye Group have been amazing over the years to the community. When I look back now at the opportunity they gave me, it's the memories of being in the Clanrye Group, it's the stuff I'll never forget.
So I personally love stories, and I've worked with Clanrye for 15 years now, and I'm still learning about what we did in the 80s and 90s. So for someone who's been so involved in Clanrye, I think it's so important to let everybody else know. And where we've come to now, I think it's such a wonderful story.
I love it. They are a great bunch of people.
But they're always doing something new and growing.
That's the magic of Clanrye, I think, that it is part of the community.
People who care about their community and care about where they come from. We're only as good as the people we serve. We're a people organisation. That's what we're about. We're about the community. We're about trying to do good, and we're about trying to affect change.
We were recently nominated for the Pride of Place Awards 2022, and I got the opportunity to spend time with our participants, past and present. I was struck by the volume of past participants that came to actually chat to the judges about what Clanrye Group has meant to them and continues to mean to them. They now have a community that they've always got, that they can reconnect with, and they do reconnect with. And for me, that really sums up why we're in the community and why we hope to remain in the community for the next 40 years.
For us to be valued, I suppose what we would really need is core funding, and that core funding would allow us to grow and develop services but also would allow us to maintain a level of service for our community. What I would like is for the government to recognise the worth of a community organisation like Clanrye, to realise that core funding is really important for us as an organisation, but more importantly, core funding to ensure that the community that we serve get the services that they need to allow us to ensure that people are included in our society and people have a fair and equal opportunity to grow and develop within Newry and Mourne, and indeed throughout Northern Ireland.